Do the opener.
All right, I'll do the opener. Go. Anyway, hi, editor.
It went down the wrong hole.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That's why you spit instead of swallow. No choking hazard.
All right.
Well, that was inappropriate as hell. Let's start now. We got it. You didn't even have to get a 1 for that one. We got that one for free.
You never do.
Bonus.
All right, get the show started.
You got to have 5 seconds before I pop out the B word.
Okay.
4.
Let me straighten my face, man.
That does not go with the coffee word. I told you I had 5 seconds.
You weren't supposed to say it.
You brought your face into it.
Oh. All right.
Now try to do a straight face intro.
I'm trying.
Go.
All right. Welcome to Dice Junkies. Welcome to Dice Junkies. This is Zeno Davis. I'm
you. Yeah. So professional. Oh, we're so professional.
Right. And let's talk about some news.
I'm going to see Blood Access as our moderator going, why do I know these people?
Yeah. The editor's going to have fun with that intro.
So video games.
Thanks.
Yeah, that may not make it into the live part of the show, so we're going to start from they're going to wonder why we're laughing. They're just going to hear the intro going, why are they laughing?
I don't know. With the podcast version, we usually leave a lot of the early babble on, so...
not on YouTube though. We might
not on YouTube. Not on YouTube.
You got to go to Patreon to get the video footage.
We're a little more careful on YouTube.
See, we got stuff for Patreon. We'll just start cutting stuff out and putting the video on Patreon. Yeah.
Well, since we're called Dice Junkies and everything, we do like to talk about some tabletop stuff and all that jazz. So
we finally found something
we actually got some news on some tabletop that looked actually interesting enough to talk about. There's going to be, this is a game I actually looked at a couple of times, but I have not had great luck with tabletop games that are based off of video games. So I just couldn't see myself putting the money down for it. But this would be an interesting way to check out the system. So there's going to be a free version of The Witcher tabletop RPG coming this summer. It's an easy mode 24-page booklet that introduces players to the rules. So I mean, if it was something you were interested in, The Witcher role-playing game, and you didn't want to spend the money, similar to me, this would be a good way to sort of test it out, see what you think. It's supposed to be available around June 15th, which I think would be part of a free RPG day or something, I think.
So, as usual, head out to your local comic book store, and they should have a physical copy available for you. So, guys, go check it out.
Yeah.
You know, ours, of course, as we know, is the excellent Vans Comics and Cards. If you don't know who your local comic store is, you've already failed. Go out there, do some damn research. Or you can go to the website for Vans Comic and Cards. They are happy to support you as well.
Do they have a website to support you?
Yeah, you can order off the website. Okay. I asked the guy that we know because we go to our local comic book store.
Well, I mean, I always go into the store, so
you know.
Actually.
Oh, there you go. Because I talked to him like he's a real person. The local comic book owner is a real person, people.
Are you sure?
You should talk to them.
I mean, that job is not an easy one. I think it takes more than just a real person to do that job, man.
Like 3, in fact, right?
Yeah, 3. That's how many it takes. No, they do a great job.
I just remember we were driving along.
Oh yeah, let's.
We've got roll to critical fail stories for our local comic book store people.
Yeah,
that's how much we get around. We'll put that on the list.
Yeah, I blame that on Carrie Means though. But
damn, man. Carrie Means, we scared the hell out of that one, boy. Because Carrie got that voice too. Hey, man.
But yes, check out your local comic book shop around June 15th. You should be there a couple more times before that, but at least go by June 15th. And if you're interested in
buy some people if you go by, yeah.
Yeah.
They're giving you a free Witcher book. Go ahead and get some Witcher dice or, I don't know, Witcher brand condoms. Have you followed that game? There's a lot of
Do
fun in
they
there.
have Witcher brand condoms?
If not, they need to.
They should.
Hey, there you go, Mr. Writer. You're trying to make some more money off The Witcher? Go ahead and get some Witcher brand condoms out there. Instead of trying to sue the dang TV show, why don't you, the game, go put out some new stuff?
Yeah, there you go. Merchandising.
Talking about. Hey, man, Geralt, the women love Geralt. They might buy it for the... Geralt's a sexy dude, apparently. Not in Soul Calibur, that punk bitch.
Speaking of merchandising, if you want a Dicejunkies t-shirt, you should check out our Patreon page and support us.
Also, you know what goes well under it? A Beat That Guy gaming shirt.
Yeah, they're good guys. All right, so
Well, I beat that guy. You didn't beat that guy. But
no,
I
I
beat
didn't.
that guy.
I didn't beat that guy. I've not even played that guy. I don't think so.
He was here. You didn't play him?
No.
You shouldn't. He'd have whooped your ass.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I didn't play him. I didn't want to look bad.
There's a reason on the back of it is the Kuma symbol. Like, he is the last boss. But I beat the game.
You got anything else to say about The Witcher, man? We'll move on.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about The Witcher.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it out, y'all. You want to do a little thing and like after we get it?
We'll take a look at it, see if it's worth
We'll take a
talking
look at
about.
Highlander.
I mean, I'm not going to guarantee what,
If not, I'll convert it into Anima Fantasy again. I just take people's systems and turn them into Anima Beyond Fantasy. I don't care.
Yeah. So what the hell happened to Activision?
Which part do you want to talk about? You want to talk about their record-breaking sales?
So this one is talking about the 12 months of record-setting financial performance plus 800 people laid off one terrible week.
With only reason any people knew it was happening.
This article is published by Polygon that we're looking at. But, so on Tuesday afternoon, Activision Blizzard told approximately 800 employees they were being laid off. Which is interesting because, I mean, didn't we just hear, that didn't Blizzard Activision actually hire the guy from...
Yes, they gave him millions of dollars. Or was it billions? They gave him like a huge signing bonus, easily enough to pay 800 people or so.
Yeah, the CD Projekt Red guy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Worse, they're going to up their production next year, which means they've got less employees and they're going to work the ones they have harder. But the real thing about this is messed up is that the only reason that there was any warning is like it got a breaking story. The employees weren't told. It was somebody found out that was watching it. And like I think a couple of days, or 3 or 4 days before it was about to happen, they started saying, we're hearing rumors they're going to fire a bunch of people. And everybody was like, no. And then Tuesday came and it was like, bam, fired just a buttload of people out of the blue. And this is a problem with these companies. In order to
Bobby Kotick became the villain of the story. Kotick drew a $1.75 million salary plus another $26 million or so in stock. Dang.
They spent basically $28 million, 26, 38, somewhere around there to get a new guy in.
Is that the new guy or that's the CEO, right?
CFO.
No, that's the CEO. Kotick's the CEO. And then the CFO is Dennis Durkin. They didn't mention anything about the guy they had gotten from CD Projekt Red. I am sort of curious if, how that panned out. But
basically, in order to cover losing Destiny, they've fired a bunch of people and,
I mean, they got Diablo Mobile coming out soon, right?
Well, apparently you need less people to work on that. Those mobile games are so easy that they had too much staff.
I mean, there are a few things I am looking forward to, like the Warcraft 3 Reforged remake. Let's see. The Blizzard side of business is looking similarly stark this year, while we're likely to see the World of Warcraft Classic. I was somewhat looking forward to. I still don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, there no new major releases are on the way this year.
I mean, they ditched their Hero of the Storm esports.
Warcraft, well, I mean, that was never that big of a thing anyway.
Both of their remakes.
I don't think that was making them a bunch of money.
I mean, I think it was. I don't think it was growing. You got to realize that there's a difference between this isn't growing fast and this isn't making money. That's what a lot of people have been trying to tell them. Like, hey, man, no business expands indefinitely.
Yeah.
But if it's making, because Destiny, they ditched Destiny because they're like, well, it didn't get a lot of growth. But now it's like, well, I think they said $400 million is going to be lost because they don't have it. And if it's making $400 million a year, I'd freaking keep it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it becomes that. But the thing is, investors want explosive growth. They want it to keep growing, but nothing keeps growing. The video game business, like any other pop culture kind of thing, is going to have the next new thing.
Yeah.
So a game, there's stuff that's going to drop off. You got to wait for the next big game. But when your company isn't making new games, it's focusing on cash grabs or rehashing. For example, look at this Warcraft. You really think that's going to do that well? It's only going to be something grabbed by people who are really big fans.
Yeah,
New people aren't going to buy it. I'm not going to get it.
I think what they're trying to do there is try to grab some of the old fan base back. It shouldn't really cause a lot of trouble.
But with the standards they have, we're having lag.
It's not showing on our end that we're dropping any packets, so I don't know.
But here's the thing: with the amount of growth and what they want it to do, there's no way I believe that this game's going to sell to what they consider satisfactory.
Yeah.
It's not going to explode. It's not going to be like the big game of the year. It's just going to be, hey, are you a fan of the original Warcraft? Here, buy this, and a few people will grab it. And I mean, a few is not a small amount, but look at their expectations. Like I said, look at what was the game? Battlefield sold huge amount of copies. They called it a commercial failure.
Well, that was
No, but it sold a lot, dude.
I got
it made
you,
a lot of money.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I think Blizzard has taken some wrong turns, but there's still a chance. I mean, hey, laying off people has not always been the worst thing to happen for a company. Sometimes that allows you to get the new blood in that you need to revitalize a company. So it could go either way. It is definitely something worth keeping an eye on if you're interested in any of the Blizzard titles, though, because this could greatly change how Blizzard operates.
And on a side note, real quick, Booker T, the wrestler, is suing them because he believes that they copied his G.I. Bro character.
And what?
One of the Battlefield games. See if we can pull that up. Basically, though, it's a BS claim just because it's one piece of artwork where the guy kind of looks like G.I. Bro. And then that's not what the character looked like in game.
So suing Activision?
Yeah, that's Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. Well,
Pro
Blizzard
Wrestler
is
suing because of Call of Duty. See the picture? That second one, yeah, and like it's a
Call of Duty's not our. I guess it is
Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. Okay.
To the Battlefield thing, I might have been off that. They're Call of Duty. Sorry, I get those two mixed up because I don't care about either of those games.
Yeah.
So they're Call of Duty, but G.I. Bro, it apparently looks like one of the main characters from Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
It's definitely close.
Yeah, but that's also a common look. That's the problem. I can think of a bunch of folks. I could pull up a whole bunch of pictures of a dude with dreads and a do-rag or a cap. So I'm like, Plus, the thing is, the actual character Prophet is like a cyborg with a bunch of metal implants, and the other one isn't. So that's a pretty big variance. Yeah. But the main thing is it's still more legal trouble. It's going to cost money. Because, I mean, even knocking off a bad claim costs money.
Yeah.
All
right, so let's see what else we got. We got Soul Calibur 6 DLC. Amy is going to be released in 2 days from filming this. So Tuesday, February 19th.
We're getting some more music. We're getting the next female rapier moveset. Because she plays a bit like Raph. But, it looks like she may be a bit faster.
Yeah.
And have a bit shorter range.
Now, she actually came from some previous versions of Soul Calibur as a, vampire adopted daughter type
him and her became vampires
Raphael.
at some point. Which apparently this precedes that because I've been watching closely.
Well, I think Soul Calibur 6 is considered a bit of a reboot.
It goes back to Soul Calibur 2, so it seems to predate her vampire status. But if you like goth lolitas and redheads, then Amy's here.
I mean, I think so many fighting games actually have that character. It's a common archetype, so it's just sort of going along with all the rest of them.
In Soul Calibur's defense, they're one of the originals because remember, this goes back to Soul Calibur 2, and she's been in the story and in the game for a while. So they're one of the earlier ones to have that in their fighting game.
Yeah.
And apparently as well as a creepy stalker because He's apparently, like, according to the trailer, he's, like,
as
stalking
well
Amy.
as creepy to everybody, though. So
I mean, it does put a new tone on his "Take My Love" with his super. Like, that's going to be really weird now when he does it to Amy. He's like, "My love."
I mean, he's the second creepiest dude in the game. I mean, right there with only second to Valdo.
I don't know, because Valdo, I understand what's wrong with Valdo, but I don't know what's wrong with Aswell. Like, you get alone in a dungeon by yourself for a really long time. We've all, spent too much time in the dark web. The underbelly of the internet. I feel like he has, like, a little internet connection, and he just got weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Rule 34, 4chan. He just descended into...
Oh, dang.
What was it, R
All
or
right.
B?
Another interesting thing is the Dragon Quest V animated film, or anime film. I'm actually looking forward to this. I'm a big fan of Dragon Quest, and I remember when Dragon Quest V came out on the SNES, and it was not brought over to the US, and so I had to go through other means to be able to play the game. So it didn't make it to the US until the DS version came out in 2009. Of course, now you can get it on Android and iOS as well. But I'm definitely looking forward to this anime. I'm curious on how they do the Dragon Quest storyline.
I do love seeing that Toriyama art style.
Yeah. You pointed out way too many things.
We were pointing out Bulma
that I can't
Gohan
I can't unsee now.
and Android 18.
Being I was never a Dragon Ball fan, I never really related.
Editor, show him Gohan.
I never really related them, but now that you have brought it up,
There he is.
I can't unsee it.
It's Gohan. Super Saiyan Gohan's in there.
Yeah.
You're undefeatable. Unlock him and the game's over.
So, thanks, asshole.
Teen Gohan, too, the good one. Cell will pay.
But, yeah, so that happens.
I love locking that in, too, because I know you can't stop seeing it now.
I know. You've ruined it. The last subject we're going to talk about today is a little bit of controversy. And of course, as we try to do here on Dicejunkies, we don't try to push any particular agenda or anything like that. You
do, and you won't let me.
Yeah, but apparently this has hit my news feed several times and so I felt like I couldn't just pass it up, being that we have participated at Pensacon. We have gone there before. I'm not making it there this year due to personal issues that just didn't allow me to travel this year. But there's been a lot of threats and a lot of accusations with and I'm gonna butcher this name, but
Vic Mignogna. No, I've literally said it said every way.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go with that one because it sounds cooler.
Okay.
There's been bad behavior on both sides of this. That's the thing that got me, is that I on both ends, it has just been like, oh my God. And apparently, now the important part about this is that you cannot sit up here and say Pensacon themselves. Like, it was a person that, like, was in their social media access.
Well, I mean, I think Pensacon has stuck behind it, though. So, I mean, as far as
that's bad.
As far as that goes, well, because it's been repeated multiple times across multiple formats. So, it does seem so. Okay, here's my thing. I don't know. I'm not associated with this story. Like, as far as Vic goes, and as being the accused, and those that are claimed to be the victims, I don't know. I don't know them personally. I've never met any of them, so I can't say.
The simplest thing I can say is I haven't seen anything definitive on either end. Mm-hmm. There's some very serious allegations, and there are quite a few.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of counter allegations, and then there's a lot of evidence that may or may not be real, counterpointing the claims.
Yeah.
So when you go, crap, dude, there's evidence on both sides, but none of it's conclusive.
Well, and that's why I don't think making Vic out to be immediately guilty, and I've taken this stance on every time that there's been accusations towards anybody or anything.
You mean the law, the innocent until proven guilty?
That I am an innocent until proven guilty. I stand firm behind this.
That's the way the law works.
Now, I do understand precautionary measures.
Absolutely.
And I don't think anybody should badmouth another person for speaking up.
No.
Because you don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I honestly believe that when a claim comes out, it needs to be investigated every time.
Yes.
Never ignore it. And B, even if you can't find evidence, at least keep an eye. Because, you don't want anything to happen because you weren't vigilant. I'm saying that, if nothing else, people need to keep an eye on Vic. Because enough people have said something, keep an eye on him. But all this other stuff feels a little bit too far. But he definitely needs to be watched until you can find something to go, okay, we got this.
Yeah.
But this is not about that. This is about Pensacon and this. Now, I do see the point of view. You pointed this out to me, Xenopop point, which is they got to protect their guests. They can't have people running up and harassing their guests.
No, and they're 100% within their rights to say what they did and to do what they did. I think they could have worded things better.
If you harass,
that's personal.
If you harass the voice actors and guests, then they can ask you to leave.
Yes.
They should ask you to leave.
And if you don't leave, it is their right to get the law involved.
But on the flip side, if you're not harassing their guests, you can have whatever freaking opinion you want. And that's where I kind of like when it started getting to the point of like, you better not have the shirt or, anything like I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We have different opinions on the shirt.
Yeah.
You're on one end, I'm on the other end of that. I kind of feel like I'll wear the freaking shirt I want if it's not vulgar. Mm-hmm. I can express an opinion on the shirt. And oddly enough, I came out on the weirder side of fitting that because, well, if you open up that concept, don't you open up to being like, well, you can't wear a Trump shirt or a Hillary shirt. Because, you're getting into the point of saying you can't have a shirt that has his opinion on it.
I think this is a slightly different situation than that. And honestly, I think as a private company, you can say that if you want. You're taking a stance that is probably not business savvy. But I think as a private company, you are more within your rights to disallow whatever you wish into your event. Do I think you should? No, I don't think you should. And I think it will hurt you fiscally, because you'll lose support. But
protecting themselves from harassment and protecting their guests from harassment is normal.
But like I said, protecting your guest from harassment is 100% one of the best things you can do as a con organization. Making your guest feel safe means you'll get more guests, better guests. They'll be in a better mood, which makes the attendees of the con that meet these people have a better experience as well.
But now I will now play the devil's advocate and go, while we've now played that, because we, like you said, people at Pensacon. Pensacon's a good con.
I know. Let me say that because I don't want there to be any misunderstanding or I am acquainted with a lot of the volunteers and staff of Pensacon. Well, as Dicejunkies, we have attended their events as media. And I have met those in charge of Pensacon on multiple occasions, and I have no ill will towards any of them. I actually like most of them. Some
of y'all are bastards.
Well, we had some stuff happen in an elevator one time, but you weren't there for that. That was because I blamed that one on Tim, but but no. No, I enjoy their staff that I've met, and we've had a lot of laughs over the time. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm bad mouthing Pensacon, but I am going to cover this because I think it would be an injustice if we didn't, being that we are in the con scene. This whole show is about geek conversation and stuff like that.
And that's the thing.
And I know Blood Axe will be attending, our friends, and I hope it all goes very well.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm hoping well. I mean, like I said, because we're not really bad mouthing. We've stated that protecting your guests is your responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, I do have the devil's advocate, and I'll do it since, you're a sweet guy and you know the people. I don't know y'all, so whoever this is, though, they were highly unprofessional. This is the worst way to handle this issue, because instead of coming off as a professional company that is looking out for the guests, it comes out for somebody that has an opinion on this issue and is using their authority to threaten people. And when you start threatening, I don't care if you're right or wrong anymore, you're wrong. You don't threaten your customers. This goes back to that: if you don't like it, you don't buy it. A dumb sentence to say, even if you're in the right. You do need to treat your customers with a bit of respect. And if they came out and said it like we said it, look, our guests can't be harassed. If you harass a guest, you'll be asked to leave. If you won't leave, then the law enforcement will be called. That statement's clean, cut, and professional. Saying, I'm looking forward to calling the police on you. We've got eyes everywhere? What the hell statement was that? That was creepy as a mug. That was the weirdest thing I've ever heard someone say. Because that implies that you're, stalking people.
Well,
and it's like,
I don't know,
Facebook stalking, I don't know.
Whereas that particular comment, that particular comment was towards a YouTuber news channel, I think, what was it, Gamers and Geeks or Geek and Gamer or something.
Jeremy. It's your boy Jeremy.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, it's your boy Jeremy. I think. Am I the wrong one? I could be wrong.
I don't know. But I will admit,
y'all all look alike.
I watched a lot of that, and he sort of asked for it some because, so as media, we go to these events, we get access to networking opportunities and a lot of things we get from cons. Cons have helped us out a lot over the years.
Amazing,
for
man.
somebody to go and say, oh yeah, I take this media pass for this con, okay, but I don't give a damn about the con, because that's what he said. He didn't care about the con. He doesn't care about cons.
He's not a big con guy.
And it's like, well, why are you taking a media pass if you don't care?
I agree.
Because I'm not big with crowds of people, and that has pushed me away from cons in the past. But I definitely appreciate what they do. It's
a unique experience. It's a lot of fun. Pensacon was amazing. I had a great time down there. Cons are a great experience, and that is the only reason why I did the Devil's Advocate. It's because I want a con to be welcoming to everybody, because it's a place for fans to come together.
Well, and that's why I can
but everybody needs to feel safe.
Yeah,
everybody needs to feel safe too. So it's like, I get
and
it.
like you said, where I don't think it was the most professional coming from Pensacon.
From that person.
Yeah, at the same time, I also understand that Pensacon is built from it's a con built from fans. Fans created the con, So you're also talking about people who have control of the social media and stuff are fans. They're emotional. They put their love and time into this con. So I do understand where the emotion is coming from. But we've said this about people on their Twitter for Blizzard and for Bethesda and
Metro Exodus.
Yeah, when you're speaking for a company or as a representative of a company, I do wish that we could see people be a little more professional.
Maybe screen some of that stuff
in their
man.
comments, but.
Because the problem is that it can cause other people to get opinionated. Like, there's people that are, hating on Pensacon, and I'm like, it didn't take all that.
Well, because emotion triggers more emotion. So when you get an emotional response, then other people are going to respond emotionally, and it does cause sort of a snowball effect.
And the reason I have mixed feelings about it is because it's like, cons support what we love. So we need cons to be successful. I don't ever want to see a con fail. So I hate it when I see people go, I'm not going to Pensacon. I'm not going to do Pensacon now. And I'm like, Pensacon is a part of the business that's kind of important. These voice actors, these comic book artists, new comic book artists are there.
Well, and that's where we actually get the most of our action from, and have built is a lot of the new blood, a lot of the smaller.
Man, the voice actors ignore us. Mainly, we hang out with the comic book artists.
Well, we've had times with the voice actors and stuff
David
like
Frank,
that.
Green Ranger, that's my boy.
But I mean,
he's still okay, right? It's getting wild out there. Okay, good. See, I knew I counted you, Jason. You're a hero. Jason will never let me down.
But no, I mean, a lot of that, all that's part of the experience and part of an enjoyable thing. And like I said, I hate to see how far this has gone. The fact that it showed up in so much light is a bit saddening, because it's like I don't want Pensacon to get a bad image. I also don't want to see people be ostracized from an event because
they feel they're not welcome.
Yeah, because they feel they're not welcomed. So, I mean, I almost didn't even bring up this topic to the show because I went back and forth on it for the longest, because I do know people from Pensacon, and I don't want anybody to be angry at us because, we've built a relationship there. But at the same time,
we're also Dicejunkies.
And
do what you want.
We've always talked about the fact that we're going to talk about things regardless of how it makes somebody feel.
Well, we try not to be political, but when it leaks into our community, you can't ignore it.
Yeah.
This is such a big issue. As anime fans, we can't act like it's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, we've been keeping up with the story on Vic for weeks. We haven't really brought it up on the show because we don't have enough concrete information.
We're not involved.
Either way.
I've never even met Vic, so I couldn't tell you anything. I've seen Monica Rial a couple of times. All I can say is everybody involved, I think, are decent people. I don't dislike any of them, which is why I can't say anything, because it's like, Vic seems cool, Rial seems cool, voice of Vegeta, Sean or whatever, you seem cool. So I'm like, nobody seems like an a-hole, so I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
Normally you can look at a guy and be like, that guy's a jackass. But like, there's nobody in this involved that I look at.
Yeah, so go, I mean, like I said, I look forward to an end to that situation one way or another. Just so, I hate to see these things get dragged out. And I wish Pensacon the best, So.
People go to the con. I mean, I am going to say that because the con's more than just that. Just because one person got on a post and got at it with another person who was saying something inflammatory, you're telling people to, like, somebody saying, I'm going to boo Monica Rial. That's rude as hell. That's not appropriate behavior. Vic has said, don't do that.
Yeah.
The guy accused has said, do not do this behavior. So don't. So that's not appropriate behavior either. Go to the con, support people. It's important to the business. I don't want to see cons go into decline because of this one anime conflict, with these voice actors. Step back, go to the cons. Just don't go to the panel if you got a problem. I mean, that's a respectful thing to do. Is you don't go to the panel.
Thing you can
empty room speaks louder than rude behavior.
If you don't feel like you want to support somebody, don't go to their panel. Don't get their signature. Don't. You know
what hurt my feelings? Not somebody yelling boo at me. It's sitting in an empty panel room, as we very well know. Having a panel and looking up, and there's two people in there and going, nobody likes this.
Yeah. Because there are people there that are there to enjoy that particular part of the panel, so don't fuck that up for them.
Yeah, there's people that want to go see it, but I mean, don't go. That's the best way to, like I said, be respectful, conduct yourself, etiquette. Conduct yourself well, but at the same time, you have the right to your opinions. Just you also have the right to not be a dick about expressing them. Goes both ways.
All right, that's gonna wrap this segment up. Since we got so serious there at the end, let's.
Speaking of wrap it up, coming soon, Witcher brand condoms.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you're listening on the podcast or you're watching us live on Twitch, which happens every Sunday at 3:30, We'll roll into random encounters after this. If not, you're watching us on YouTube or something, be sure to like, subscribe, check out our webpage at Dicejunkies.com. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. And if you want to help us continue to go to these events and be able to cover this stuff, you can support us on Patreon. Any support's appreciated. Thanks for watching, and as always, we hope you enjoy.